Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at Rollance Adventure Balls. And in this quick review, we're going to play through the first few levels, I think up to level 20, and see what this game is all about and if it's worth your time. I think it's going to be something special for some people, and for others, just a big hard pass. And let's take a look. That was level 1. If you haven't played already, we've got there's a game called Going Balls. Going Balls, very similar in what you need to do to at least control the ball. There is a little difference in the how the ball acts, as you can see here. In Rollance, we have I think in Going Balls you start with a nice smooth ball, but in Rollance you get this kind of weird ball with it's got like some shapes on it, but that doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't, those, at least not that much. It doesn't seem to affect the actual smoothness of the rolling. If it does, it's very minor. It's certainly it's not something to be too concerned with when you're playing, but the graphics here are kind of neat. It's a little bit it's almost like you're playing as almost a human being, and you just happen to be the shape of a ball. And as a human being, you need to go down this path for whatever reason. And this one was kind of weird. I think this is level 3. I've already jumped to level 3 here. The first few levels are kind of just your training, simple. Can you control your ball? The ball control here is a little, I would say, a little bit harder. There's some almost blind jumps, right? You got the blind jump, so it makes it hard. We're already up to level 6. Wow, this was some obstacles here. Whoops! I think that's the first time I passed away and I didn't make it. And I have to admit, I'm not pro at these type of games by any stretch of the imagination. But and I was kind of just having fun with this, as far as just rolling it down, seeing if I wasn't, I guess, taking it seriously, which I shouldn't be taking it too seriously if you're just playing for fun, but playing for relaxation. But level 6 completed, very good. Now the ads on this game, there are ads on this game. If you don't, I think it's only $1.99 to buy the game, to remove the ads. I don't know if you actually own the game, but I think it was $1.99, which, look, if you like this kind of game, $1.99 is definitely, for most people, it's going to be worth the time savings. Is this game ultimately relaxing, or fun or relaxing? I don't know. I enjoyed sort of the challenge of it. I play a lot of Going Balls. Like I said, this is very similar to Going Balls, and it's just certainly a different look. You've got this is the third ball. This is a lighter ball. I haven't gotten to any place where you had to actually make a choice. It's like pretty obvious that you need the heavy ball, or the heavy ball would be nicer. But maybe later on you have a choice, and you need to make your choice based upon the obstacles. It makes a little bit of sense. Level 8 complete, very nice. There's some, like I said, very simple as you go through here in the beginning, even though I didn't make it through a couple of these. Like this one, there's a hole there, so you couldn't make it through with the big ball if you wanted to. Okay, so maybe later on they actually force you to make these choices. Maybe it's not as obvious as that was. Maybe it's just much more difficult if you don't, use the correct ball. Or this one was tough. Just trying to get this up here was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. I'm like, wow, this was was really struggling there. And this ball is kind of weird. It's a hollow ball. It looks like it should be. You'll find out that later when when we get to that particular stage where I discovered this is a hollow ball. They're probably all hollow balls. I don't know. Maybe not. So I just looked at this. So you can buy. It looks like you can choose other balls, and they cost you money, and that's why you're picking up this gold. For those of you who like to have different styles of ball. I don't know how they affect the other balls, but I'm sure that if they can make some money doing it, they will have different styles of other balls. And it is kind of weird, like some of these stages, the later stages they definitely get harder as you go, but not necessarily harder than the previous stage. We're already up to level 11. Level 11, a great stage here. So we're moving on to lava. So I don't remember hearing any lava noises as I played this. I'll have to crank it up later. I don't have the volume up right now. I'm just playing so you can hear me. If you can't hear me, it's because of the sound of the sometimes the sound of the game kind of drowns out the commentary, which I know for many of you is probably a big plus. Turn up that sound. But I think the sound was very similar to Going Balls as well. So very similar games, just a little bit different styles. A different riff, I suppose, off a very similar gameplay, a little bit different challenges. But some of these things are. I found that Rollance has a few more. I'll call them almost you have to die kind of moments to figure out, like, okay, what's over there, like that. That wasn't completely blind. I'll blame myself for that. But figuring out how fast you need to be going on certain spots or whatever, it's. All right, whatever you learn, and of course, just like some of these other games, there's a spike going across. Usually not too hard, but the problem is you go backwards if you didn't get enough speed, and to get enough speed, you gotta go like this, and that's not an easy thing to do, as you can see from the previous one. And this is where we found out the ball is the ball is hollow. Well, at least it seems hollow when you fall apart. And there, see, I know I had to get a little bit of speed and whoop, move it back a little bit. We got this little guy again. So I don't know if it was necessary to trade him out or not. It looks like you got a choice. I just didn't move fast enough there. It was a teeter-totter, I suppose. But it looks like it's going. That's why. I guess it's teetering up and down, and if you don't, if you get the other ball, it's probably too heavy, and it won't teeter up and down, so it's probably impossible to pass it without switching balls. So at least in the early levels, like that right there, how would you know how hard to push it or whatever? So okay, just go full blast now. Okay, when we go full blast, I go full blast. Whoa. But yeah, this one has the same sort of mechanic where you go backwards. You're not, it's hard to get going full speed unless you're directly at it. It's a little bit, I don't know, annoying. You can't do like this weird side spin because you're going in a certain direction. At least I don't know how to control it to change the camera angle as you're playing the game. It's all right. These were these guys. I just kind of mess with them and see what they do. It's almost like an electric shock. They shoot you back just a little bit. So, if they wanted to play the game where you had the 3 different balls, well, okay, that would be a good spot for the little ball. Sneak past them a little bit easier, but still doable with the bigger ball. And here's the little ball waiting for you. Could have used you a second ago, but not too bad. Like, I mean, yeah, it's yeah. See, the little ball has like a weird. It's obviously not a perfect sphere. Whoa! But it certainly made it easy to get past that guy, the side swiper. So these are the blowers. So obviously harder with the little ball. The little ball is really affected by wind, so you got to be careful when you are using the little ball and there's wind. But at this point, they don't really give you an option. See, like this, I didn't know what to do. What was I supposed to do? Just go full blast? Look how close that is to the swiper. But go full blast. Go full blast, right? I mean, and this is what happens when you go full blast with the. I guess that's a volcanic rock. And no, it'd be interesting. I wonder if you can use these balls to actually do something productive in going balls. Those look like the beach balls, but these balls are much bigger for whatever reason. Okay, just to differentiate themselves. You're still over lava in these levels. And there we go. We got through level 14. There are, like I said, there are ads, I think, after every single level. And similar to going balls, if you don't pay the whatever it is, $1.99, $2 to get free ads. Which, if you're going to play the game, you like it, probably more than worth it using simple math. But you know, they do have these bonuses where if you're looking for gold, maybe you don't. You're going to watch the. If you really like gold, you can get these 2 times or whatever, and you're probably forced to watch an ad to get 2 times gold. Up to level 16. Level 16, you can see that little no ad button there. That's where you can find out what the current price is if it ever changes. Now these things are a little bit weird. These rails. I have not slipped off any until this point. I did slip off there. Just, you start getting curious about what you're doing on these balls and things like that. I mean, these, like, during the games, like, you're willing to take a death. You got, 4 more chances. And, like, these barrels are actually a pain in the butt because I didn't see these arrows being shot across. These you just have to time. They're not particularly hard time, but like in many parts of this game, you do need to have a little speed. Acceleration is a problem in this game as far as getting enough acceleration to get through there. Some of these, this would be much easier in with the acceleration in the going balls type of game. So yeah, I had to start over. Not a big deal. I wanted to try different things, and these stages aren't particularly long. You could probably get through a stage in a couple minutes, at least the first bunch of stages. We get to this is level 16. To get to level 16, it certainly didn't take that long. Maybe 13, 14 minutes total. And that's with not necessarily trying, at least not trying to go quickly. So we got through this, and these barrels can become a pain in the butt as far as they seem to get stuck on the tracks. You have the wood here. If it just didn't think it would go that way. Like I said, the ball control is a little bit less in this game than going balls as far as like what you can do to spin yourself out of a situation. But we got through it. Not too bad. Level 16 complete. I did do some of the claims just to see what the difference was between claiming and not claiming. So it appears the difference is simple. you have a forced 30-second ad plus, 30 seconds to get through the ad. Then they have some other little buttons or whatever that you're going to wind up pressing. So, you're talking 30, 40 seconds to get through. If you press the button, if you don't press the button, you probably still are going to be forced to watch the ad. And you're going to, very nice, except for, as you can see, I finally hit the barrels and it cost me. And I see that it's right there. That one is actually stuck. So I have to get a little momentum to bang at it. Eventually it just falls by itself. So yeah, it's you kind of look in here and say, oh, okay, what's that doing? Just like, I guess it's very similar. It's a little more natural looking, and so maybe because of that, it's a little bit harder to see what exactly you should be doing in particular spots. And like I say, a different challenge than in some ways than going balls. But if you're good at that game, if you like that game, you'll probably be good at this one and or like this one. It's extremely similar. So here we go. Here we go, easy peasy. But why wasn't this bridge down? I don't know. It doesn't make that doesn't make any sense to me. It's just like, okay, just force you to slow down real fast. Okay, I'll slow down. I'll decelerate. But see, this was weird. Here's the windy thing. It's like they kind of, I don't know, say use the word trick you, but you needed this ball to get to the next spot. But whoa, just silly. I had to wait a second. Yeah, I didn't understand how this teeter-totter system worked really. And then boom, I hit that one. So there you go. And these, to get through these and that teeter-totter, you probably needed this, I'll call it the mummy ball, paper ball. I think it's probably paper ball. That's probably what it's supposed to be. Kind of looks like a mummy, but there we go. We're almost done here. Level 18. Some of the challenges of they're just kind of as you go, it's similar to any kind of game. The stages just get a little bit longer. The challenges haven't really changed. They just incorporated them more often together. Level 18 in the books. Look at that. Is that 3,000 gold or 30,000? I think that's 3,000. There we go. So we got to change that ball so it can float up there. I guess that wasn't mandatory, but you see something blowing up. I don't know what would have happened if I used the metal ball there. I'm guessing it would have just fallen down into the lava. And see, like this one here, you need the bigger ball because the tracks are wider. So, not much of a choice. It'd be interesting if there were. That'd be a nice facet to the game. I'm assuming it's going to happen later on in the game. But here we have this little buzzer. What do you call it? A hacksaw? Not a hacksaw. Saw blade. There we go. A little saw blade going through. You just happen to be walking around a path that's built over lava, and there's somebody decided to have a saw blade. Saw blade down the path. That's game logic, but it'd be interesting. What's the story? What's supposed to be the story behind this? Other than it would be nice to have lava, or it would be nice to have these wind things. Is there a story? I think this is level 19, all done, and the next level is I think bonus level. But okay, sorry, a little commercial snuck in there by accident. We this last level is a bonus level, so let's just talk about the game. It's an enjoyable game, similar to like I said, going balls. There's a few other ones like this one. I think if you like any of those games, you like that style. It's just a little bit more natural looking setting. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, and I did die on purpose there. Ho, 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 ho. Just to see if it mattered in a bonus level. So apparently it didn't. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.